Hey everybody, Dustin here from Lane ESD, and today we're going to talk about screencasting. Why would you do it? Well, let's talk about that, shall we? So, one of the main benefits of screencasting, I think, especially during this remote learning situation, is to connect with your students. Your students do miss you, even though they may not say they do. They really do miss seeing you, and they miss hearing from you, having some of that normalcy, consistency. And so just having your face up on the screen is kind of nice for them. So you'll notice down in the little corner over here, I've got my little picture up, and it's kind of nice. It really does work for students, generally speaking, to see that face and to see see you, right? See that going on, the interaction a little bit. The other thing is that you can provide feedback. One really nice thing is if you have an assignment, somebody turns in an assignment, they're not getting it, you can see that clearly. You can use screencasting as a way to give feedback to students, and there's something about explaining it to them, walking them through where they made the mistake. It's really helpful. This is something you can do even when you are not in remote learning, in a situation where you're just providing feedback, homework. It can be time consuming if you try to do it for every student, but you'd be surprised how quickly you can make, with this new tools we have now, how quickly you can make a screencast and show them what they're doing. So it's pretty cool. Overview of the week. So great thing for right now, remote learning in particular, is to just provide an overview. What's going to happen this week? What are your expectations? What do you see the flow, maybe the progression? You want this thing due on Wednesday, this thing due on Friday. And in particular, if you are not remote learning, or even if you are really, it's a great way to just talk to parents and say, hey, parents, this is what I'm expecting to do. So you can send a link of this, not only have it in your classroom with your students, but you can also send a link of your video to parents through your contacts there. And parents love knowing what is expected for that week. I'm a science guy, so I taught science for a long time. I loved using screencasts or videos, and just in general, to make lab instructions. So instead of me at the front of the classroom showing them what they're supposed to be doing, I made a little video for it, and they were much more engaged watching it in class, and they were able to then watch it again if they forgot what they were supposed to do or had questions. Just watch the video again, especially if you have one-to-ones in your classroom. Not all of you do. I get that. Students are out sick or on vacation, right? They're leaving town, they're going hunting, whatever it might be. This is a great way for them to stay on top of what's happening and also to then get caught up when they get back. And so it really has been very helpful for me to use some screencasting for that. And then, of course, remote learning. Let me move that over here. Remote learning, of course, is a big one right now. And you can expect next fall, I'm going to bet sometime next fall, next year, we're going to be doing this again. So getting those techniques now and learning how to use the systems now, very beneficial later. All right. Well, what else is... Here we go. So, why is screencasting better than lecturing? There's just a few things, a few reasons I think it's better. Number one, it can be given as homework. Right? So instead of lecturing in class, students can watch this as homework. Then when you come to class the next day, you're actually doing the practice examples. You're having a game that's related to the content. You're doing something that's more interactive, so the students aren't just sit there and trying to listen while other people are messing around and do things. It's really nice. So that's number one. Oh, it's called Flipped Classroom. If you've never heard that before, Flipped Classroom, Google it. There's tons of stuff out there on it. It's been going on for a long time. It's really cool. Again, I talked about distractions from peers, right? When you're doing lecturing, you have to stop and say, hey, so-and-so, stop talking, or whatever. This allows the classroom to be more fluid, allows more interaction with students, way better learning for a lot of students. Big one, when I taught math, huge benefit was the student could pause the video, so they could be working on a problem, trying to figure out what they're supposed to be doing. They can pause it, and they can rewind. They can repeat a section over and over again, and then parents can watch it, right? So if you're at home doing this as a homework assignment or remote learning like right now, parents can actually use your videos as a way to help their students get through the content. If you wanted to, you could even make a special video for parents on how to guide their student through the learning of whatever assignment it is you have. And again, it's a little more work, but it's so awesome, and the students really do get a lot out of it. You get a lot from that. Now, not all students have internet. And that has become very clear in this remote learning situation. So there's a couple things you can do. There are obviously just going to be some limitations. But if they have a phone or an iPad or a computer of some kind, and they can get themselves to a hotspot, right? So I know some districts are putting out buses with a hotspot in it, so they can drive up, they can get to it, and it's not. You can put these on YouTube, but you can also just have them be a Google file. So they go log into Classroom, Google Classroom, download the video, and then go back home, and they can watch it on their device. So that's really nice. Now, if they don't have internet at all, or they can't even connect to, you don't even have a way for them to connect to a bus that might have a hotspot in it, you can also put these on a flash drive. They're just files, right? And so you put them on a flash drive. Any computer, a lot of TVs nowadays have USB ports on them, so they can just plug them in. Super easy to sanitize, right? Their USB drives are really small. They're easy to wipe down when you take them in and right before they go out. So you can make a bunch of them and download all those videos onto the files. If you know how many, if you've got 10 students who you know won't be able to get access to it, you can put all those files on there. And if you know you have that one student has other teachers who are doing the same thing, you can have them kind of create a shared drive for students, and somebody puts them all onto one drive for them, so they don't even have to have like 10 drives into 10 different teachers. They wouldn't have that many teachers, but you get the point. So, lots of advantages to screencasting. I strongly recommend, even if you're terrified about it, give it a shot, get used to it, start doing it. It can improve your instruction even when we're in the classroom, so it's an awesome tool to start using. More videos to come. Come back, check it out. Let me know if you have any questions. My email is ddawson@lesd.k12.or.us. See ya all later.